And it's right here. All right, so I don't know. I think we should just jump in because we only have a few minutes. You're going to kick us out of here. So, yes.
Is this, oh, it's on.
Yep.
First of all, great job, Barb. Give it up for Barb. Oh my gosh, wow. So I'm a teacher. If not crowdsourcing, I do nothing else. Anyway, I can't believe I'm starting my sentence to end listening like this, but like you, I wear many hats. My most recent hat is a mom. I have an 8-month-old at home. And to backtrack to that, I had to be born first, right? I think around 2006, my dad gave me a pink iPod Shuffle, which had all the music that I asked for on it. Jonas Brothers, Hannah Montana, anything like that going on at the time. And I'm clicking in my bed, with my headphones in at night, boom, and they get to Alone by Heart. And as an 8-year-old, what? I'm sitting here like crying in my bed and not knowing a thing about it other than that it sounded wonderful. And now I'm reflecting on it, and I know that my dad put it on there because he's the eldest of 7 and I'm the eldest of 3, and he knew that I needed it. And the lyrics mean so much to me, so thank you for that first. But connecting back to this role of mom now, I'm wondering, what should I make my son listen to? And if he had a pink iPod Shuffle, what would I put on it? And if you could give your son a pink iPod Shuffle now, what would you put on it? What do you want him to hear? What would you want him to hear?
Well, I would want him to go back and discover the old stuff first and work his way up. Like, go back and listen to somebody like Ray Charles, and then just move forward through the decades and sample the different musical styles that happened over the years.
Hi, Anne. My name is Beth. As someone who has settled for being a ringer at karaoke, I am a vocalist, but have always admired you. At Gen Xer, there were not a lot of women like you fronting bands. Far too few women, especially when you sounded like you had the confidence and the range and the balls to just be so free on stage. I love that you've collaborated with so many people, and I can't wait to see who you collaborate with next. But my question is, as a singer, as a vocalist, someone who understands vocal mechanics, how do you still sound so fan-fucking-tastic? What is your vocal regimen? How do you keep your voice in shape? And God bless you for it. You're unbelievable. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Well, on a good day, when all the things are in a row, all the ducks are in a row, and I feel good and all that, it seems like I can just do it without much effort. But if the soul isn't behind it, if the mood is wrong, how can you go like, if you're feeling like, you just can't. I don't know, I think to answer your question, there's no real silver bullet way to have a great voice, It's just all about how much soul is underneath it, I think.
Do you have a warm-up regimen that you do every day to keep your instrument in shape? Because most people don't realize your body is the instrument.
Yes, it is. It's very physical, and when we're on the road and before every show, I take an hour and a half and just sing. I don't sing scales or anything like that. That's too boring. I couldn't stick with it. But I sing songs and just sing like somebody else's album. Just sing along for 40 minutes and then choose another one, 40 more minutes. And before you know it, you're, an hour and a half has passed and you're warm.
Continue good health to you. Thank you, Wayne.
Hey, I'm Tyrone. It's a pleasure to meet you. You are like one of my idols. And I grew up, I'm also a singer. I grew up singing and listening to R&B music. Didn't really discover you and Heart until the 80s with What About Love. And first of all, thank you for changing my go-to warm-up and my go-to karaoke and my go-to whatever songs to Alone. Because they always expect I'm going to be singing for Luther Vandross or something. It's always Alone. So thank you for being one of the best rock voices ever, period. And one more question, who was the Magic Man?
Well, the actual Magic Man was my first love, Michael Fisher. He actually passed away last year. And yeah, that was the Magic Man. He was magical.
Hi, I'm Chris. I've been a fan since Dreamboat Annie. That was like the first album I really got, when it came out. So to me, that was unbelievable. It still is when I listen to it today. But my question is, your voice is incredible, but how did you, I guess, when's the first time that you realized what an incredible voice you had? Like at that moment, and then you just had it and you made it.
I don't think there was any one single moment. It was just the years and years of just going out there and just doing it. Going into every little nook and cranny, every school dance, every club, bar, warming up for other people. Just the act of going out and just doing it, perfecting it, honing it. After a while, you start to realize that you don't have any constraints on your voice, or you don't have the same constraints. And you can sail up higher than you thought, or you have more stamina than you thought. So it's just it's just like anything else that you spend 1,000 hours at, You just have to do it, and it becomes your own thing. And hopefully it becomes something that's beautiful to other people as well.
Yeah, your voice is that's great. It's like soundtrack of my life. So I just want to say I'm glad you're filming it. So thank you.
Like everyone else, I'm very grateful for your music, but I am so grateful to you for my daughter. And I remember watching an interview with you and finding out that you had chosen to be a single mom and adopted, and that was what I wanted more than anything in the world, was to be a mom. And I never knew anyone that did it alone. And I saw that, and it clicked in my brain that I could do it alone, and I have an 8-year-old daughter who's the love of my life. And I am so grateful to you
Good for you.
And if you ask her, when she was 3 years old, who the greatest singer in rock and roll was, without missing a beat, she wasn't going to listen. I'm so nervous. I'm shaking. My question to you is, what has been the biggest sacrifice that you've had to make for the sake of rock and roll?
Well, that's a hard one to answer because there have been so many. When people ask me the question, what advice would you have for somebody who's starting out in music and wants to really make something of it? And what I say is, and what I still believe, is you have to be prepared to sacrifice everything. Just everything. And that's not an overstatement. You have to figure out how you're going to balance, for instance, your closest relationship and your home life and your financial life, all those things. It's very complicated and takes a lot of focus and a lot of sacrifice. The biggest thing would not be children for me, because I just went ahead and went, no, I'm not going to sacrifice that one. So, yeah, I think it probably was just for years and years and years, I was just single, and I couldn't possibly fit in a relationship. Couldn't do it.
Thank you very much.
I'm so honored to tell you, you have been such an inspiration to me. I have never had the nerve to go up on stage like you do and perform for thousands of people. I sing in choruses, I sing in multiple choruses, and I just love singing. And I love what you just said, how you warm up by singing with music, and that's what I do. You know, I get bored with scales, and I just want to sing. So singing is warming up, it's keeping your voice going, and thank you so much for being such a great, great influence to me. So many of the singers out there that don't have that nerve to get up there like you do, but we still sing. So thank you so, so much, I really appreciate it. And my question is, how did music influence your children? Are your children musicians in any way?
Well, I have 2 children, and one of them is very musical, and one of them is completely not musical. The girl is musical, the boy is not, you know, so, but, you know, he didn't have relationships with his stuffies or anything, so, I don't know, it was more trucks with him, you know. But anyway, I think that they just were influenced by the fact that there were always lots of creative people around them, and they got to travel. Well, I took them on the road the first few years of their lives, so they got to see every damn aquarium in the country, and miniature golf thing, and while I was working, so they got to have a lot of experiences and see a lot of the world. Europe, Japan, they got to go places, and they were influenced by just the whole creative atmosphere.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Ann. I'm Kevin. I got to meet you a few years ago when I shared a story with you. When I was a little boy, I used to run around in the woods behind my house with my headphones, pretending I was Robin Hood, listening to Dream of the Archer. So you've been like the soundtrack to my life, and thank you for that. My question is, there's been a lot of talk over the years about a heart biopic film, and I'm wondering if that's still in the works, and who are some artists that you would like to see or you feel could portray?
Yes, it is definitely happening. The script is in progress right now. It's being written by Carrie Brownstein. In terms of casting, I think if I had my fondest wish, I think it would be Florence Pugh. She can sing. She's physically strong. She's beautiful, you know. I mean, she's got it all. She's really good. Fine actress.
Hello. I just want to say that my brother left home in 1983, and he left me this album, and it got me through high school and college. Thank you. Sweet Darling, I played over and over and over and over again. I kept the album at home, just to preserve it and save it here. And I just would like to know if you ever plan on doing a blues album, and who it is you would like to do it with. And we also have you as well. My husband is a children's book illustrator. He would like to give you a children's book.
Oh, thank you so much. Just give it to Chris, please, and he'll make sure I get it. Thank you. Thanks very much. The blues album, that would be a lot of fun. It would just be really a lot of fun. I think I'd tap Warren Haynes, and probably. There's so many great guitar players. So, like young guitar players. I think I would want to look. Oh, thank you. think I'd want to look around and see who's up for it first and who's excited about it. But Warren Haynes for sure.
Joanne Wilson with Feeding My Teeth probably, but I just want to ask you, through the wisdom that you gained through your life, and seeing your documentary and being a witness to your documentary, is there one part of your life that you would go back on as the wisdom, and with the wisdom that you have now, to talk to that girl? And what would you say to her? And what part of your life would it be?
Well, that's the thing about doing redos of your life, is that if you look at your life realistically, you're given a situation and you make a decision based on what you think is right at that moment. And I don't think I would change any of those decisions. Even the bad ones. I did a lot of partying in the 80s like everybody. I probably would have hit that a little bit less. But then maybe that was a wisdom building time. It was.
Perfect answer.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Robert, and my family and I are big Arts fans. Been to many of your concerts, and I'm just gonna say here, you're one of the most terrific artists I've ever heard before. And I also think Garth Brooks as well. One of my favorite songs that I'm a fan of, like since I was little, was Barracuda. All ones of Plymouth Barracuda. And then I've been thinking, what is your dream car? Like your favorite car?
Good question. You say good question, they have to take a drink.
Well, my husband would say it's a Barracuda, but I think it's a Porsche.
Good choice. And if we were to take that Porsche or Barracuda, where would you go?
I think I'd take it and go on some of the roads through the Smoky Mountains.
Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Mark. That's my son, Robert. We're huge fans. My question is, of all the songs you sing, is there one song that you love to sing? Is there one song that you really don't like to sing?
Those of you that know of me know what I'm going to say about the song I don't like to sing. I don't like to sing All I Want to Do Is Make Love to You. And I'll tell you why. Because I think the story is just brutal. It's just really unkind and unfair to men. To this man in the story that just is hitchhiking by the side of the road, gets swept up by this woman who has an agenda. I don't know, I just don't like singing that one because it kind of grosses me out. Yes, the one I like to sing the most of our songs is Mr. All Wind.
Hi, I'm CJ. I just want to thank you because your music has truly changed my life, and just being in front of you was just unbelievable. Discovering Heart when I was younger opened me up to so many different kinds of music, and your voice made me connect with music at such a deeper emotional level. as much as I love you in heart, I love your solo work. And one thing that I really love from the documentary is that you shouldn't just be seen as Ann Wilson as a part, but as Ann Wilson as the whole artist because of your contributions and her voice and voice.
Thank you very much.
You genuinely mean so much to me, and you're my favorite artist of all time. So I really want to say that, so I love that it's a good opportunity to say that to you. And my question is actually about your solo work. Did your solo work change the way you saw yourself as an artist?
Saw myself as an artist. Yeah, I think it's allowed me to feel a lot more free. I mean, that's easy. There just aren't the same expectations put on me as a solo artist as there are on art. Yeah, good question. I appreciate that you dig the solo work because
I love it. I love it. And in 2021, I was always following when you released Tender Heart, you released The Hammer, Black Wing, and one of my favorite songs of yours is Greed. So it's phenomenal. Thank you so much for all your love.
you never knew it was about to come out. It's called Consecrated Ground. And yeah, it's going to be out August 14th.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to meet you.
Yes, there is a tour.
Yes, there is a tour.
So I'm going to be very dog and butterfly about my question. I'm going to ask you about a beautiful song, and I'm going to ask you about a raucous song. So, Just the Wine is one of the most profound and deep songs. You're 20 years old and writing about when we're old, how will our story be told, and then the dog is Strange Night. You put on that wig, put pointy shoes. That sounds like a wild night I want to hear about.
Thank you. Yeah, that was Nancy and I and our friend Sue Ennis, and we were together trying to write songs. We wrote a bunch of songs together for Heart. Straight On, Even It Up, Mistral, Wind, a bunch of them we wrote with Sue Ennis and Nancy and I. And that particular night we were hitting a writer's block. I'm talking about Strange Night now. And we just couldn't think of anything original. And so we thought, let's just get out of here. Let's just go out and do something we've never done before. So we went to this really square, straight restaurant, all dressed up in costumes. And we just sort of, we thought we were so weird, but I think the people at the restaurant probably just thought, oh, there's some more kids on acid or something. But that's what that song's about, we're just cutting up.
And Just the Wine?
Just the Wine. I think, like Ben Mink says in the documentary, when you're an artist type, you tend to feel things so much, so profoundly that you can tell your best friend something while you're drinking a bunch of wine, and you can really, really mean it, but then you have to stop and say, is that true, or was it just the alcohol talking? But in that song, it's not literally the alcohol. It's the romance of the moment. Is the romance talking?
Hello, man. My name is Rob. I'm a keyboardist for an Emerson, Lake and Palmer tribute show in Antioch. And it's something that I've wanted to do all my life. I started the band when I was 60. I've been doing it for the last 7 years, and it's been the joy of my life. But I cut my teeth on Heart. Back in the 70s, I was in cover bands, and Heart was like amazing to me. The band was so spectacular. The songwriting was incredible. And I worked for a company in the 80s that sponsored your tour with Kansas Candies. And we had gotten free tickets to the show. I still have the poster. And the poster was autographed. I was supposed to be able to get backstage. Couldn't get backstage. I got backstage after you guys had left. And somebody got this signed for me. I never had a chance to meet you. I ended up standing backstage watching Kansas for the rest of the show. I love Kansas too. But I've seen you guys in concert several times, and I never had a chance to meet you, so I don't have a question, but I just wanted to meet you, say hello, and say thank you so much for your music.
Well, thank you, and good luck with your music.
Thank you.
All right, so they're kicking us out in 5 minutes. So, no, 5 more minutes.
Hi again, it's really nice to see you. What I really want to say is my dad had a record collection when I was 8 years old, and he showed me how to use it for tape. And one of the albums that I played a lot was Dream About Everything. And I was just, I was always a writer, and I was always looking up lyrics and pouring over liner notes and stuff. So, from way back. And I gotta say, watching this movie made me realize how, your strength, you're so strong. You're just such a powerful, I always thought of you as a powerful voice, and I didn't realize over all these years, you're just a strong person, so I just want to thank you for being such a strong presence. And I'm going to ask you a really not so deep question. I've always loved your hair. Over the years, I've always cut hair and stuff, I'm in book publishing, but I still cut my son's hair. These musicians but I just you always had the bangs and just the red layers and stuff. Can you just talk about your hair in the 70s?
In the 70s and 80s, yeah. In the 70s, it was just natural. No nothing, no extensions, no color, nothing. In the 80s, of course, we ran afoul of all the stylists. And so there were extensions, and there was color, and there was size, and the things that we used to do to our hair to get it to be like that, I tell you. I think after that, we both kind of just went back to the natural deal, as natural as possible. And this is, I had cancer, and so I had to do chemotherapy, and I lost all my hair, and this is it growing back. Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. All right.
My question to you, my name's Rena. Been a fan for 55 years or so. Anyway, I just wonder, you're touring, you're on the bus, you're doing your thing. Do you get to enjoy the country?
Only insofar as we get to enjoy the people.
Okay.
That's the thing about touring. is that people think you see the world, you know, and you kind of do, but it's through the window of a bus. Yeah. And so you're kind of going by.
Take two or 3 days in between and do stuff.
Yeah, a lot of the time sometimes you do. A lot of the time you're too tired to go out and the thing about touring is that it's a gigantic crossroads of energy the whole time. It's all these people and you're in front of big audiences and stuff, so if you have days off, the last thing the world wants to do is go out and be with more people. But sometimes, yeah, especially when you're overseas, and there's really amazing things to go see. You can't not do it. Thank you.
Hi, Ann. I'm Diana. I'm so excited to be sharing space with you. What I want to say is you and Heart have always been something that I listen to all the time. But it's especially something that I turn on when things aren't aligning in my life. And my question is, I know that this can change through time, but my question is, who is that artist for you?
Good one. Of course, it's Joni Mitchell. Especially when things are not aligning, as you said. And I think, well, I'm a big fan of Chris Whitley, who is no longer with us, but he definitely, I thought, he can take me anywhere he wants.
You're supposed to take us out. You okay for a couple more?
Hi, Anna. My name is Jade, and I've loved you, well, forever, since the 70s. And one of my biggest memories is at my junior prom, the cover band played Love Alive, and I will never forget it. But my question for you is, and I have it on my phone here, do you remember recording with Nancy, singing lessons to learn how to sing Even It Up and do the parts? I haven't. And I do it almost every day. It's part of my vocal, because I'm also a singer, it's part of my vocal, you know, you've been the best vocal coach for me forever.
Singing lessons?
Yeah, you teach us how to sing Even It Up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
and it's fantastic.
Did it take? I mean, good. A for effort, good.
But yeah, it was fabulous. I was just curious if you remembered recording it. I don't even remember where it came from. But yeah. Thank you for teaching me to sing.
Oh, you're welcome.
Have a great day.
Hi, my name's Jolene and I'm 14 years old. And my dad introduced me to Heart, and I'm a big Heart fan. And I've been playing guitar and violin for a few years now. And I was wondering, what advice could you give me, to pursuing music?
Well, are you still in school?
Yeah, 8th grade.
Yeah. Well, don't quit school, whatever you do. Find ways to get into music in school, and sing in choirs, play in bands or orchestras, whatever you can do. Just, immerse yourself in music, I would say. And then in your spare time when you're not in school, find cool people and start working on it. got
You're
two.
up.
Okay, hi, and my name is Arnell. Thank you for extending the time, and I hope you're having a good evening. But my question is, during the height of Hart's career, what was your relationship with your parents like?
Height. Are you talking about the 80s?
Like the 80s, yeah.
My dad was way into it. He was so proud of his daughters. My mom was kind of suspicious of it all. And I don't think she liked the makeup and the hair and the clothes and all that kind of stuff. She did not appreciate that at all. But they really stood behind us and really believed in us at that point, which was not easy for them.
That's how I'm thinking of
This is a 40-year-old question. In the early 80s, I had a football jersey made, white football jersey with Hart written on the front, A. Wilson on the back, with #1, all in red with the white. And I threw it on stage, and I want to know, did you ever get it?
40 years ago? I probably did. I'm sure I did. Thank you very much.
What?
It's me. So my Aunt Rena is my first concert ever was Heart because of my Aunt Rena. Thank you for being a fan. Mine is more about a creative subconscious question. Do you dream in song, or have you ever thought of any lyrics or have any inspiration of your songs come from your subconscious?
Oh, you mean out of a dream state?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you name which ones?
Not very often, but which song?
Yeah, if there's any lyric or anything that stood out to you that came from a subconscious state that you can relate to.
Like probably, sorry.
No, in the real world, we can connect it.
Yeah. I think that it's so rare when that happens that it's, that can happen, but those may not be the songs that you hear on the radio, you know what I'm saying? Or the ones that come out of a lucid dreaming state will be the ones that are personal and intimate within your own soul, probably. Yeah. Thank you all for coming.